working 24 hours a day to make it awesome.
Now, this is something that is a bit of a full circle moment for you. Can you tell me how you got your start?
Yeah, this was my first job, working for Harry Mavakis and his wife Louise, and then working on the line with John and Mevy. He's out there helping us out, get it back to the classic original Ted's Fried Clams. And I worked that job 41 years ago for 2 summers.
Wow.
Living on Rankin Street there in Spring. All us guys from Springville, Matt's dad, Rob, and myself. And, all the guys from Springville were out there back in the early 80s. That was my first job, bread and seafood, yeah.
I think there's a cool story that goes along with that first job and what you were doing to try to, make some money.
Yeah, well, my dad was in athletics. He was the president of the SSYAA back then, and I wanted a new pair of basketball sneakers, and with my parents' work ethic, they said, you want a pair of sneakers? Get a job and buy a pair of sneakers. And I stuck my thumb out and hitched, because we could do that back in the 80s, and put in applications and worked at Ted's Fried Clams the next weekend and bought those sneakers the following weekend.
Nice. Joe Christopher is my guest this morning, along with Matt Orr. They're two of the guys who are bringing back Ted's Fried Clams. And Matt, you said something, or Joe said something about bringing back some of the old recipes as well and building on the heritage. How did you guys go about getting that information to bring it into Ted's?
Yeah, correct. So that's the plan. So we've been working with, like Joe said, with John, and he's been helping us a lot with some of their old practices and how they did things and did it right and what made people keep coming back for so long. That's the goal.
So how did you come into this picture with Joe?
Well, really, it was we started that housing development thing. What was that, 6 months ago now? We got that ball rolling, and then this just kind of came out of left field.
Yeah, we're building some houses over on 202, and like you said, me and Matt's dad, Rob, grew up together, ramming around Sanford, and then, through that process, and those folks have, Rob and Matt have Shapley Marine over there taking care of the boats, and then, when Ted's shut down or moved to Main Street and then shut down or what have you, that stabbed us all right in the chest, And I had talked with Mavakises about buying it previously, and then we got a chance to get it reasonable because it had closed down.
Yeah.
And here we are, and myself and Matt just grinding it out over there. And his dad, Rob, and my other partner, Roger, he's got a lot of restaurant experience in Boston, and we have some other stuff up in Portland,
Yeah, what are some of the other projects you've done?
Yeah, $3 Dewey's and Saltwater Grill in Portland are great places. And Dewey's had closed too, it's a revival of a great brand like Ted's, and we just love bringing back the classic stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's the fun stuff. That's what we're there to, is have fun.
It's, you're real successful in business and in life and in being able to give back to brands that mean the most to you, revitalizing Ted's Fried Clams on 109 there in Shapley. But it's going to look a little different, too. You got some things that you're building up for this summer as well. Can you talk about what people can expect when they go in there?
Yeah, I mean, the classic Ted's was speed of service, great food, comfortable atmosphere, and we're adding a bar to it, so you'll be able to come in and watch the game and so on.
No kidding.
That's going to be great. Just have a beverage while you wait for, your order to come up, or, when you get done at the lake over for the day. And, we've also gone back. When I was a kid working there, we did pizza, and we've brought pizza back to Ted's now. Like I said, the original Ted's Fried Clams, but it'll be all the original recipes. That coleslaw, used to make that coleslaw for Harry in the morning, clam cakes, all that fun stuff,
What was it like working there?
I learned a lot. Harry was, by today's standards, a very hard man to work for. But back then, that's how it was. You learned the right way. And I tell all my staff, 400 staff in the state of Maine, when I teach them to mop a floor, it's the way Harry Mavakis mopped the floor.
No kidding.
Because it just wasn't worth not doing it correctly, because Harry was going to let you know in a very direct fashion. And I also learned portion control, so my restaurant businesses all still benefit from what I learned there in the 80s. They were great employers. And John, then subsequently, their son, we worked on the line together, and he was a supervisor and then owned it for many, many years. So it's great growing up and having that experience.
How many jobs are you bringing to Shapley this summer?
Yeah, we're around 40. And hiring's been going well. We got over 150 applications. We're building a great team that's excited to be there, to have fun. You
Yeah.
know, and the ice cream, Rock House ice cream, will be blasting out the Richardson's
Oh, wow.
ice cream there, you know, and they're going to be having great Sundays and just a fun crew that we've put together to get it done.
And you're working with some local people, too, on the seafood end of things.
Yeah, we've been down to Kennebunk with Maine Seafood, and, you know, we get our lobster, Custom House Seafood. I used to own Custom House Wharf and the porthole there, and so we're getting our live lobster right off the wharf there, and we're also going to sell live lobster, fish, clams, oysters, mussels. You know.
So if I want to do something,
Yeah.
like I can take it to the camp.
You can take it to camp. We're gonna do Down East Feast. We'll do a lobster clam bake out to that stuff. You know, you can either pick it up live and steam it when you get back to the house, or you can get it from a steamed right there and just take it back and serve it. So however you want to do it, you know.
That's awesome. All
Fun
right.
stuff out at the lakes all summer, and you know.
Well, that is cool because you guys are going to get a head start on that one. It's going to start, I believe, before Memorial Day. Matt, when are you guys gunning to open?
May 1st is our opening day.
What's been some of the big struggle to revitalize the building in the time that you've been doing it?
Really, there was a lot of damage just from it sitting for so long, just the dardiness and stuff. So there's been a lot of cleaning. With the fire, that was really minimal compared to the grand picture of everything, you know. But it's just, you know, ceilings. The ceilings were all had to get replaced because when they came in and did that, they pulled all those down. We re-epoxied the floors, get those cleaned up. Just really trying to touch it up where we can and, you know, update, do some new heat pumps in the dining room and the ice cream so then the customers are nice and cool efficiently. Anybody that's in the ice cream room when they're standing there taking orders, they'll have a heat pump on them so they can stay nice and cool during the summer.
That's awesome, man.
Cleaning and cleaning. More cleaning.
Yeah.
Still waiting for our building permit on the bar, which we'll get in when that's done. But we just clean and update, you know.
Yep.
So Joe Christopher and Matt Orr are my guests this morning. They're revitalizing Ted's Fried Clams, opening on May the 1st in Shapley, bringing back a lot of the old recipes. Joe, this was your first job there. Are you going to do any work on the line for at least the opening day?
Yeah, I can tell you right now, will be that I got my whites ready, my apron ready, and we want to make sure that the speed of service, quality service to the guest, and you know, I've got a lot of experience with that stuff, and we really do have a great crew coming on. But yes, I will be on the line, working that mixing station, running fry-laters, and you know, steaming seafood and running pizza. Make sure it goes right for the guest is really the thing. Training, a lot of training with the staff, training in the front, training, and we have some folks that work there for a very long time coming back.
No kidding, really?
And they're so excited. You know, it's like the real thing, and it's a part of the community, and that's what businesses are about in communities, building community, you know, and we're going to have 40 people over there that are a part of this community and into it, and we're going to have some fun with it.
All right, Joe, Matt, thank you guys for being on this morning's York County Connects. It's Ted's Fried Clams. It reopens, a lot of the classic stuff and some new flavor, too, coming in. Gunning for May 1st.
Woo!
So good luck, guys, and that is York County Connects. We're back to the music faster after these on York County's Morning Show. York County's morning show on Seacoast Oldies live here. It's 8:41. Hey, John, what did we forget to talk about there with Ted's Fried Clams?
Well, we just want you to be able to see what's going on. You got Ted's Fried Clams on Facebook and tedsfriedclams.com.
All right, that makes sense. Thanks, bud.
Yeah.
It's your county's morning show on Seacoast Oldies, and Genesis brings us to 8:52 live in the Shanes of Maine studios. My name's Andy Austin, and we have a heater in the Final Four. Not the Final Four. The Final Four is now set for not only the men's and the women's, but here for the Final Four on Seacoast Oldies, and it's dog versus dog. You have one more day to vote on this one, and then we turn it over to the Cats tomorrow. Right now, we have Larry in the lead by 53% to Otto's 47%. Margin of error. I'm not going to just lie to you and tell you that it's 0. It could be anywhere between 0 and 13%. But the point is, the final tally will be legit. And you need to vote, and vote often on our Facebook page or our Instagram. Now, a lot of you have shared the Final Four photo of Larry and Otto. That's great. But I don't have time to go to all of those individual pages and count the votes there. So if you have your friends voting for your favorite dog, whether that's Larry or Otto, you got to tell them, make sure to vote on the Seacoast Oldies social media. So whether that's Facebook or Instagram. And by the way, if you're not following us on social, you're missing out on a lot of the party. Social media, you can find us, obviously, Seacoast Oldies. Why would we have a different handle? On Instagram and also on Facebook as well. So you can vote and vote often. You can vote until midnight tonight. And then the winner between Otto and Larry goes on to the final for Pet Madness 2026. The matchup will launch on Friday morning. Tomorrow we'll do the Cats for a couple of days. And this is all brought to you by Otto Portland of Sanford. They have been serving up some great slices for the last year and a half and giving back to the community. It's Otto at 1099 Main Street in Sanford. Also, Zippy Copy Center doing much more than copies. You have, a yard sale sign that you want to get done. You want to have a graduation sign done. They do all sorts of different digitizing as well. So you have stacks and stacks of paper, and you're like, I don't want these stacks and stacks of paper when there's a digital option. They can take care of that for you. It's Zippy Copy Center, 1725 Main Street in Sanford, and Otto Sanford sponsoring Pet Madness 2026. Again, voting is still open till midnight tonight. Vote on the socials, both Facebook and Instagram. Every single vote, extremely paramount in a 53-47 split. Back to the music faster after these. This is your county's morning show on Seacoast Oldies. Thank you very much, Rob. It is 47 degrees outside the studio in downtown Sanford. That's a bit of a surprise. It's bounced back up, so that's nice. But still a soaker today, and Daniel, Elton John headed towards 9 York County's morning show on Seacoast Oldies. Your County's morning show on Seacoast Oldies just after 9. Thank you for taking us to work and settling in for the day. However, you're connected, whether that's 104.3 FM, old school, real old school at 12:20 a.m. for that special crackle. Or if you want it static free, the Seacoast Oldies app, which you can find free through the Play and App Store. Streaming is powered by Waypoint, by the way. You can also listen at seacoastoldies.com. Anyway, smart speakers. Tell TuneIn to play Seacoast Oldies. So many ways to stay connected. Eagles, one of these nights, your county's morning show. York County's morning show on Seacoast Oldies 9:16, and think back to the night that you proposed. How nervous were you in the days, the nights, the day of leading up to the proposal? Chances are it's something that, consumed you and you wondered how things were going to turn out, but you wanted it to be perfect. Well, what if all of a sudden that
Happy engagement to you.
happy engagement?
Happy engagement to you.
Oh, that's great because you had people sing.
Happy
Except
engagement. Happy engagement to you.
they were not engaged yet. So let's play a little, it's not divorce court. It's the opposite of that. It's just, I guess, regular court. You get to be the judge and jury on this one. What would you do if you had a case presented in front of you of a couple who now want to sue Carnival Cruise because Carnival Cruise ruined the couple's proposal? As you just heard, the staff congratulated the woman before her fiancé proposed. Now, in the video, you can't see it, it's radio, but just trust me, the guy, he was a class act. He rolled with it. You could tell by his body language he was not happy with the situation. But because, it's one of those, although he's dressed in a T-shirt on a cruise. I mean, you would think that he would do this during formal night. I don't know. But let's just say he was very nervous about it and was, had all the feelings leading up to it. And then to have that taken away from him, wind was taken out of his sails, but he just kind of rolled with it. I don't know. I would have been a little bit more mad, I would say. So her name is Amanda Bratton, and she recently posted it online. You see, this whole thing happened back in 2017, so it's 9 years in the rearview mirror, and it was an honest mistake. So Amanda's now husband, Gary, had arranged for the staff to deliver the ring to him at the start of a romantic dinner. See, he would then propose, and then the servers would come over with the cake and sing a song to celebrate because they would see that he got down on one knee and proposed, except they missed the big step of noticing that he proposed. The cake and the song arrived before the proposal, so she was caught off guard. And as it turns out, Amanda and Gary, they worked out things anyway, and they have a nice life. Even though she said at the time, she's like, I'm not engaged. Why are you singing this song to me? Eventually, she did obviously get engaged. They got married, and now they're suing Carnival Cruise. Who do you side with? It's not like the couple didn't work out. It was just an honest human mistake. Does it need to be litigated? I don't know. If I'm Carnival, I just offer them a free cruise. Matter of fact, they could actually whoops on us and create some social media out of it and create a whole advertising campaign around Carnival. They could totally spin this. In the same way that Domino's, like 10 years ago, remember how Domino's just collectively said our pizza stinks and it's awful and we know? So whoops on us, we're going to make it better. And that's what they did. Carnival could do the same thing here. But, again, suing Carnival because of a wedding or wedding proposal that he screwed up, they screwed up 9 years ago. I don't know if that has any teeth whatsoever. But it's an interesting story to talk about on morning radio. Back to the music faster after these. It's York County's morning show on Seacoast Oldies. Thank you very much, Rob. 45 degrees outside Limerick Road and 111 in Arundel. 45 on top of Abbott Mountain and 46 here in downtown Sanford. Piano Man is, of course, Billy Joel, because it's nobody else. It couldn't be anybody else, could it? It would be weird if it was. York County's morning show on Seacoast Oldies.